In like 6 months, nobody's gonna give a shit.
at the
But
same
she's
time.
still gonna have $20 million.
And she's gonna be spending that money in America.
Get that bag, girl.
That's tight.
Get that bag.
All right, you guys know Eileen Gu.
Yeah.
Yep, American-born freestyle skier. She hit the silver in the Olympics, right?
I think she's the most decorated female skier of all time.
There it is.
But are you going to tell us about how she's CCP?
Well, yeah, apparently she represented China, right? Yeah. But she's from San Francisco, so like I guess people didn't like that, but she did that. She made her own decision. She's a big girl. So she's under fire on the internet for that as well, but also for giving answers like this.
I'm so proud of how I've done this Olympics. I joke, I'm not a betting woman, but if I were, I took a big gamble this time because I chose to do 3 events knowing that I hadn't trained halfpipe in 2 months, knowing that I would miss the halfpipe training. I'm an introspective young woman. Like, I spend a lot of time in my head, and it's not a bad place to be. The fact is, I get to become every day the kind of person that me at age 8 would revere. Like, I would be obsessed with me today. Are you kidding? I would love me. Global beneficial impact is like my central theme. The fact is, a rising tide raises all boats, and so this is also good for every other athlete competing, regardless of what country you compete for.
She's giving Gail King.
I saw the full clip where the interviewer is being kind of snarky and like they're like,
Yeah.
so you know how like it was kind of a professional clapback that she. What the fuck is this goddamn Megyn Kelly? Shut the fuck up, Megyn Kelly. I think the way they edited it made it seem like she was like a conceited bitch. Yeah. But basically the interviewer was like, it was kind of like you know how they sometimes do antagonizing questions?
Yeah. Trying to get gotcha moments.
Yeah, it was an inappropriate question. So she did a clap back, which kind of sounded like, well, actually, I am fucking dope.
Are you talking about the guy who said, is a medal lost? Like,
they were just, it was, I forgot what it was, but it was like a, oh, gotcha moment. And then she basically had a really good rebuttal where she was like, I'm not going to talk down about on myself.
Yeah. She's actually really intelligent.
Yeah.
I think if I did all that shit, I would talk shit.
I think most people would talk shit.
Oh, like if you were her.
If I was her, I would talk so much shit about it.
But it was like a professional talk shit that she did. Yeah.
But that's what I think you get to. I think if you just won an Olympic medal, if you didn't win an Olympic medal and you're talking like that, that's crazy. But if you won a freaking Olympic medal, I think you get to talk a little shit.
Yeah, how come Muhammad Ali's like, I'm the fucking best, man. Nobody's better than me. But then she can't do that.
Right.
She's won a ton of medals, right?
Everyone loves Muhammad Ali because he did all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Then maybe it is built off the people already feeling sour because she wasn't representing the U.S. Maybe.
Well, right now,
it's the comparison.
It's because of the whole Alyssa. She crushed it. She represented the U.S. And then they're both being compared because they're both like half Asian or whatever.
Comparing based off race is already crazy, but sure.
And they're like, well, there's this Chinese girl that fucking represented U.S. and how come this other Chinese girl's fucking sold out to the CCP and shit?
It's because Alyssa, she had an offer.
Yeah.
And the dad, because he actually like fled China.
Her dad was a part of the Tiananmen Square like protests and then ran to America. So it's a different story, right? Yeah. But then for me, I'm like, man, you guys are just politicizing this shit right now because you got 2 Asian women that are representing. But Eileen's been around. No one said that shit before.
Yeah, she's been doing it forever.
They never said that shit before. She's been representing China. It's just all of a sudden now they want to.
Well, people don't watch Olympics that much to even know that tons of athletes all over the world represent different countries. Yeah. This isn't like someone just tuned in because this is hot news and they're like, she did what?
I mean, the NBA just did that.
Come on, man.
And that's what the best part about the NBA. Cool. It's you love seeing the actual NBA players who play on the same team go to their respective countries and then battle out in a totally...
Yeah, when Yao Ming was here, were we like, boo, CCP, boo, Yao Ming, bitch?
And people also misunderstand that like Olympic medals from America, they don't make a lot of money. Like they're not rich. So for her to like get an opportunity for someone to be like any country to go, hey, we'll pay you this much to compete. Yeah. Like it is pretty rare. They'll say no.
These same types of people would just clip you saying Olympic gold medalists aren't rich. And then they would all snark about it. like, oh, they got a gold medal. They're not rich. They're just going to be in a commercial. But like,
They're not anymore. It's not like that anymore. Plus, like, I mean, I'm also speaking from having worked with them. They have to find their own money to do everything, especially the training. So, like, one of the quotes that like politicians have been saying about Eileen Gu is that, oh, she benefited from American training, but America didn't fund any of that. They
Yeah,
don't.
it's not like Russia and China where the
Yeah.
state basically pays for
America is a
everything.
very capitalist country when it comes to like Olympic competitors as well, where it's like you gotta like do your own thing
Out
and
of
make
pocket.
it yourself, and then when you do, then you get your opportunities. They don't just hand you anything. Maybe like once in a while we'll have
Well,
an
the thing
Apollo
is-
Ono that'll have like lots of opportunities come.
I'd rather live in China than San Francisco, brother.
So she it's cleaner, but she makes like 20 mil or something like that, right?
She makes a ton
So
of money now. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of conversations that are going around
From China,
it,
yeah.
but I don't think it's really a race issue though. I think it's actually a geopolitical like
Yeah.
tension issue because right now things are getting tense with China, right? So if it was any American representing one of the like Iran, North Korea, like one of those countries, clearly people are gonna have a problem with
if it's
that,
a
right?
human rights stuff, that's where
Yeah.
they come in and they
But
get
China's
pissed,
a gray area because the tensions go up and down depending on the season. So like there could be a time where like, you know, earlier when she was representing China and doing all that stuff, no one gave a fuck. But then it's just right now with the tensions, all of a sudden they want to bring this shit up.
I feel like if Alyssa Yu wasn't around, people wouldn't be looking.
there's
as
no
closely.
comparison.
Yeah, because they can
Right.
compare and they're proud of what she
Right.
did. But I think like because of having both of them around, you're able to like make points.
In that case, it
different
is a race. It is a race thing because it's like here's another example of an Asian girl.
Yeah.
If it wasn't,
Like, look at this Asian girl doing the right thing, and this Asian girl did the wrong thing. That's what they're doing.
Well, plus she's like articulate and intelligent. Like if she wasn't,
She's really smart.
yeah, if she wasn't like giving all these sound bites or saying these really powerful things, because on the one hand, it's like you've got probably other little girls or mothers around the world being like, I wish my daughter was like I'm so proud to see that regardless of representing China or whatever, just because it's like this woman's like goated in her field, really, really fucking skilled and talented because of dedication, hard work, and then
Silver,
super
second
intelligent.
place. You would say that. You would say that.
It's the only thing I know.
Yeah, the two different personalities. I think like Alyssa is more marketable, but also it's a difference in age and maturity too. One, I think Eileen's like a fucking genius that goes to like this university or whatever.
It's like Stanford or some shit. Yeah.
Alyssa's smart, but like she's great. Her persona is like a goofy little ADHD girl.
She's
that's
highly
running around.
relatable.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, oh, look at her. Like, you know, she's just out there doing her thing. She's lovable. And then the weird thing to me is like, she's clearly like on the left, but then the right is trying to claim her as like a true American. And I'm like, dude, they both don't like the right, you know? It's so funny.
And they're both trying to stay kind of out of politics.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to like stand up for issues, you know?
And Eileen seems more media trained and like she's been in the game longer.
I think if you know China's about to pay you millions of dollars, you got to
You
train
gotta
yourself
be.
in the media. You can't have no answer when you go up to these things.
But that's my question though, because like, so like, you know, we have athletes that go to exchange, like go to China or whatever, right? So if there was like a basketball player that was playing on China's team, all this stuff, like, do they give them flack? Because if Eileen wasn't as successful and she wasn't winning medals, I don't think anybody would give a fuck.
Was Eileen born here?
San Fran.
Yeah.
I think that's like probably the weirder sticking point, because even when we see like the NBA stuff, right? It's like those players are coming from those countries, or we're seeing like the U.S. and Canada hockey. It's like, and you're seeing NHL players play for Team Canada. It's like, well, they're from Canada. I understand
It's
that.
usually, yeah, it's because where do they hold citizenship and where's their passport from?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but if they're not the Olympics though, like for example, a lot of athletes get hired by those countries.
No, but I think the argument point is she's American born and raised and holds citizenship. So most of the time, if you hold citizenship, like just like how you would go to war for that country, you're going to go to war in the Olympics for your country. So I
I
see,
think Olympics is different from professional sport. That's why.
yeah, because it's you're representing the country you're born in. So I get the sentiment, but then for me, I'm like, people are just adults making choices. And like, let's say you are born in America and you're born in San Francisco, but if you feel way more Chinese, then who's anybody to stop you from representing China?
100%.
I mean, it's just an opportunity. Like a lot of the time, these things don't even happen with much money. Like one of the gymnasts that I did their program music from UCLA ended up competing for the Philippines in the Olympics, and she's born here.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know that you had to be a citizen of that country, because people do get hired to.
They do, but generally the sentiment is that's the unspoken.
It's because she got paid millions of dollars, and people are acting like that's not a factor. Like
Right.
a lot, this happens all the time, but it's not always news
Well, I
because
just
they're
think
not getting paid.
it's because we have
a ton.
tension with China. Because if an American represented France, Japan, any of the countries we're chill with, there's no issue.
I agree with that, because at the end of the day, it's still like competition and a sport, right? The Olympics. So what I also know is that people will, it's like, if you go to America and you're trying to make it in basketball, like you're going against some of the best players in the world, period, if not the country with the most stacked best players. So sometimes if you go represent your country, you're going to be the star over there. You can be the big fish over there, right? There was one of our homegirls was considering entering the Olympics as a B-girl for Philippines. And I'm not saying it was specifically because like over there you're absolutely number one, over here you're in contestation with like other people that might.
Yeah, it makes sense for an athlete's game plan.
Yeah, like
because it's like you might not qualify in California, but you might in fucking Alberta, Canada, or whatever.
And then to that point, I assume that if you don't like podium or something like that, then like whatever, like that's just part of the game. But if you happen to be in the spotlight, then now you're gonna get super scrutinized with everything.
Always.
I think people also don't really understand that America kind of doesn't give a shit about its athletes winning medals. They don't award much. They don't give them nothing. They don't pay for nothing to happen. It's like if you make it happen, then they celebrate you, but they're not trying to like push you that hard. So if another country who does care and does give money gives an offer, it almost like that's more spotlighting America. Like, hey, if you really give a shit, start giving money to these people to play for you.
I think in the Michael Phelps era, it was 10 G's per gold medal. And you fund all of your training yourself.
Philippines gives more for their gold.
He had to win the most ever to even get on Subway commercials.
But then that's partly also because America wins so many medals. So they don't feel like they need to give all this money for each medal. They'll probably go broke.
That's true. Can you name even 3 American athletes who won a gold this Olympics?
I didn't even watch
The winter one or
Yeah, this last one.
Winter?
I don't know winter that.
What? No, but didn't the Korean girls who did the half pipe also represent America though?
Chloe?
No, Chloe was second. The other one, who's also Korean.
Oh,
No,
like
no,
her
she might be
protege, her
from
protege,
South Korea
her
actually.
protege or
She
something?
might represent Korea.
How many medals did America win this winter Olympics?
They're always top 3, no?
U.S. hockey, baby.
Yeah, hockey was great, yeah. But then yeah, that's the thing when you look at the chart of what each country offers their athletes for like winning gold, silver, bronze, America doesn't do anything.
A lot of way poorer countries will offer like 100 G's, 200 G's per medal.
They don't get a lot of
But
them.
don't they like also pay you like it's a career? Like from very early on, you qualify, you live in the dorm, like you do the whole thing. Like I know Russia's really big on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I feel like the outrage from like, I guess like politically from America is fake to me. Because it's
so
like,
fake.
they're not going to change how they take care of their
Yeah.
athletes. They're just still going to be pissed when they,
And then they
go
go,
elsewhere.
you shouldn't have sold out. You make
Yeah.
20 million.
'Cause it's not
when
like-
you could have been broke in America and be proud.
Yeah, because it's
like, the
people are comparing it as if it's PGA and Live Golf, where both of them pay you millions and one just pays you 100 million. No, it's zero to
Yeah,
like
it's
millions.
zero. No, it's debt to millions.
Yeah, it's debt to
basically.
millions. Yeah.
One of the litmus test things that passed for me too was before I was like, oh, she's just an opportunist, just trying to grab money, which is like nothing against that, right? 20 mil is a fuck ton of money. But I heard her speak Chinese and her Chinese is fucking good. So I'm like, if she really says she relates to being China, like she's not one of those like born here, barely speaks Chinese at like a fucking first grade level. Like she really speaks Chinese. Like she was doing full interviews in Chinese and she was using like adult words and shit. I'm like, dude, this is crazy.
Has she said that though? She's like, I more feel like I'm
just saying based off her choices. If she's gonna represent China,
She probably feels half and half.
I'm like, you better be like Chinese.
Also, on top of that too,
And she is. Like she's
in like 6 months, nobody's gonna give a shit.
at the
But
same
she's
time.
still gonna have $20 million.
And she's going to be spending that money in America.
Get that bag, girl.
That's tight.
Get that bag.
Hopefully she
But
pays.
At the end of the day, it's like people can still feel connected to their culture and not be okay with the government that's in power.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
when the
that's
Olympics
true.
is supposed to be about let's get the world together, rap and whatever. But if they're like, then get the fuck out of America and stay in China if you want to represent them. It's like, well, how about America give her a similar deal and being like, nah, here's incentive to stay and represent us.
Yeah.
But it's like if she's not gonna get that, then fuck, let her get the bag, man.
talk your shit, Queen. Talk your shit. I love people who talk shit. So I thought it was funny, but
Yeah, she's too smart for them, man.
Yeah, but they're twisting it like, look at this fucking trading
Yeah.
fucking draft dodging bitch.
But like, welcome to global deals, though. It's like
Yeah.
anybody who gets good at anything eventually has to do it outside the country.
Yeah.
It's just the normal way it goes. All your favorite comedians went to Riyadh. Shut up.
And we'll talk about more about this later. Sorry, Can, not today.
Nice fucking try, Cat.